Thank you.
So the second time around, what does this one mean to you?
Probably this is more meaningful because it's a Mexican film in a Spanish drama, Mixteco, black and white, and also about a character who has been invisible in cinema, but also in society. Thank you.
Mr. Cuarón over here. Congratulations. Hi. Hi there.
Oh, there.
A lot of discussion has been had about Netflix's effort to release this film theatrically, and I know you've expressed some disappointment in the willingness of the exhibitors to do it. I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about definitively how you feel Netflix did with the rollout of this movie, and if you would come back and do another film with them again.
I don't want to be unfair with exhibitors because it's not that they didn't want to release the film. I mean, just that the ambitions that the current market has for foreign-speaking films and in black and white are very limited. Well, what was amazing is that Netflix went through all those filters. The fact that it's Mexican in Spanish or black and white or Mixteco was never even mentioned. Everything was going to the core of what this film is about. And I'm just so grateful the amazing effort they made to bring this film to the world, but also in the theatrical work. I've been having probably a greater theatrical rollout than if I had gone in a conventional way. Then we even have a 70 mil release. You know, that's a dream come true. It's something I was not really expecting. Thank you.
Hola, Alfonso, felicidades. Norma Galeana de Noticias Telemundo.
Hola.
Hola, Alfonso. Para empezar, quisiera felicitarte y también preguntarte qué tan especial es tener este Globo de Oro, siendo que es una historia tan personal para ti. Y número dos, llevarle este Golden Globe a México después de 60 años, si no estoy equivocada. El primero fue Tizoc en 1958.
No estaba claro de la cifra. Digo, una vez más, como contesté hace un rato, me da mucho gusto porque, bueno, esta película no solo nace de mi memoria, pero es una película, espero, profundamente mexicana, en el sentido de que es todo un equipo mexicano que la hizo, es una historia mexicana y es una película que creo que trata no solo de un personaje y de una familia, pero también de una sociedad y un país. Entonces, este reconocimiento de parte de los Globos me da muchísimo gusto.
Hola, Alfonso, yeah, I want to ask you, obviously the movie's being very well received, but are you surprised that the polarizing is creating because some people don't seem to understand that it's just a work of art, and some people are because of the importance of the movie, some people wanted to see more social involvement, or some people are criticizing the way you portray the maid that actually was the way you saw her, right? So we're living in a kind of difficult moment, so this movie is just despertando, awakening a lot of very intense emotions. Were you expecting that, and what do you think of it?
Well, I'm just very glad that that is creating discussions. The polarization is something that is part of the nature of any creative endeavor, particularly in art. Probably one of the things that I'm the proudest of is organizations that are taking the film as a platform, like the Alliance Worker Alliance, the Domestic Worker Alliance, are taking Roma as a platform for their movement. You know, and because we're talking about the character in our film is a domestic worker. It's a domestic worker from indigenous background. Again, so these are characters that rarely are put in the forefront in cinema, and pretty much we keep them in the background in society. We try to, even if they are not a minority. So I like the discussion that is being created. You know, it's also exposing very pathological behaviors from some sectors of society, you know. And I'm very happy of the representation that Yalitza is having in different mainstream outlets that that they are pretty much reserved for certain beauty models, that they don't correspond to, frankly, to Latin America, but sometimes to the world at large.
Mr. Cuarón, building on the whole theatrical distribution versus Netflix thing, there are some independent distributors that believe that the success of Roma, this award season, is the death of independent cinema. That basically the message that's being sent is that a theatrical release for an awards contender is no longer needed. You just need to do a limited play with Netflix, and then you go to streaming and forget all the aggravation of grosses and whether it's low grossing or not. What's your take on this?
My question to you is, how many theaters do you think that a Mexican film in black and white, in Spanish and Mixteco, that is a drama without stars, how big the release you would think it would be in a conventional theatrical release? I'm having a great bigger theatrical release than that, but way bigger, still playing. It was not a cosmetic release. To this day, the movie, it opened more than a month ago and still playing. That is rare for a foreign film. Why don't you compare? I think that is very unfair to say that, because why don't you take the list of foreign films this year and compare the theatrical release of those films and for how long they've been playing? See how many are playing in 70 mil. See the territories in which this film is playing. I don't think so. I just hope the discussion between Netflix and platforms in general and theatrical should be over. I think that those guys, platforms and theatrical, should go together and just realize that whatever they are doing with discussion is hurting cinema. They both together, they can elevate cinema. And more important, they can create a diversity in cinema. Something that we have to be very conscious is that the theatrical experience has become very gentrified to one specific kind of product. Right now, I mean, it's unquestionable that you have all these filmmakers, interesting filmmakers, doing films with different platforms, because those platforms are not afraid of doing these films. And like Roma, I just hope that many others, they have the theatrical release and greater theatrical releases that I have. You know, this is a foreign film in Spanish and in black and white. Some other will be some films with interesting filmmakers, with stars. Hey, my God, it's, next year I think that is coming, or this year is coming Scorsese. You know, let's see that theatrical release and then let's talk about it.